The Big Call with Bruce, Tuesday, January 17, 2017, Intel only. From Bruce, welcome everybody. Let's talk about where we are on the Intel. It intrigues me. I get this information throughout the day, sometimes late at night. It comes from a variety of sources. My job is to sort of get the information and discern and rightly divide the truth. Sue and I talked a lot about that to try to determine what we are hearing and where we are in terms of this whole big picture. Because I really didn't expect to do a regular big call tonight. I thought we would have by everything I was hearing have it by now. Now we are hearing since the inauguration is on Friday, does it mean we have to wait until the inauguration is passed for this to go through? I thought no, it wouldn't be delayed. We would have it any day any night now. That has been my feeling for weeks. Now I look at this thing and it is possible, but I do not believe that the intent is to wait for us that are paying attention, listening to the big call, going on blogs, the so-called internet group. That is us. I still believe even at this late day with the inauguration 3 days away, the intent is for it to go before. It may not make it much more than day or so before, but I believe the intent is for it to go very soon. That is really what I am believing. I know you guys on the last call on Thursday, I told you when I understood when John Q. Public was going to start. I had some dates back then. I found out those dates were accurate. I believe I said the dates on the money. If that is the case, then we need to go before because we are a special group to go before John Q. Public starts. I really believe it. Unless the public gets pushed out, which I believe they are not, then before now and the 21st. I will say at 8:30 last night the Redemption Center employees were contacted and ushered in and put on standby. This had never happened in 3 hours before. Usually 24 to 48 hours from notification in place and on standby. Usually takes 24 to 48 hours. Yesterday it took 3 hours. To me that meant urgency. The first time that ever happened. Is that where we are on standby? You have to go from standby to active. Active is when they are literally waiting for people to go through the doors. I have not heard they are active. Before that we were on a skeleton crew between 1 to 3 people per shift per Redemption Center. Now we are at full staff. We appreciate those of you out there, Wells Fargo and HSBC, in these redemption centers, these 2,600 redemption centers across the US and Canada. I appreciate that, and many listen to the big call. They have waited as we have waited. Iraq. Iraq has had a real rate on back screens, not visible to the normal banking system since January 1. 17 days the new rate of the dinar has been on the back screens. That rate is possibly going up toward that number I talked about that Shab I had mentioned in 2012 and mentioned again on December 26, 2016. That number was mentioned in Parliament in Iraq that they can support $16.10. I heard we are approaching that number. Has that rate been put out yet in Iraq? I will say that the people in Iraq have received their back pay all the way back to January 1st. They have received that just now. The flag I told you about, the gift from China, 38 feet tall, 60 feet long, in Mosul. It is in a very special part of the city, it is flying, considered it in a final resting place. What we are looking to get some type of acknowledgement of take back of Mosul and the new international rate for the Iraqi dinar. Is the rate in the budget? Yes. It is in the Gazette? Yes. Visible to us? No. Still being kept from us. Just like Mosul. We are looking for that to be revealed. As far as Iraq concerned, they have done all they were supposed to do. The loan to the US was making according to the IMF that had a mandate of $1 billion loan made to Iraq and needed to be insured. We had up to midnight last night for those bonds to be insured. Why didn't we make it last night at midnight? Did someone decide to hold this up? Seems to be the trend. Shortly after that, when it did not go through, certain things occurred with certain new people that allowed for that insurance wrap to be guaranteed and put in place. At same time late last night 4 other countries offered $1 billion. This was the UK, Japan, Russia, Later today, United Emirates, in which each offering $1 billion in bonds insured as a loan to Iraq. That satisfied, from my understanding, the IMF requirement. We satisfied ourselves when it wasn't satisfied after midnight. Now, tomorrow or Thursday, Iraq will offer their own guarantee-insured gold-backed bonds for sale. It seems weird Iraq needed a loan of $1 billion, more shenanigans by the IMF? Yes. Let's watch what happens. For those bonds by Iraq to be offered, do they need a rate to be visible for those bonds to have value? Yes. If offered tomorrow, that rate should be visible. If on Thursday, those rates would be visible on Thursday. When it wasn't done at midnight, within an hour it did occur, things did happen. We are, from what I heard special late last night, things really moving even from the Far East, but also from our own treasury to provide liquidity for those already exchanged waiting to have access to their funds. A lot of bond trading been moving today. Quite a few accounts of the SKR variety of Tier 3 were made liquid starting this afternoon. Some more of the groups are being contacted, pre-advised. Church groups are getting good information when their liquidity is to take place and have access of that. Tier 4 is next and looking for notification of toll-free number to set our appointment and go in. We should be right there at the door. Based on that information I heard, everything is lining up for us to execute this. I have heard different contacts speak to my contacts acting bewildered, saying, "You don't have it yet?" People around the world indicating we should be there, from Australian bankers to other people in the know. I am encouraged where we are and still believe that the information about the notification for everybody is very soon to come. I hope that information is going to come to us on the big call and share it appropriately, and if given that honor to do so. Everything is pointing to pre-inauguration. However, we know that the president-elect is in favor of this going quickly. I believe that given that information, we will not have to wait should this carry to all the way to the inauguration. We don't have to wait not very long after that moment, I believe. The desire to do it prior to Friday, I believe. Not calling a date or day. I am just giving you an idea how close we are. I probably said more than I should. Do you quit your plan now? No, you don't. If you are in a job, you got to hang in there until you walk out of your redemption of your exchange. Then you contact your employer and make changes that you need to make. If you love your job, continue at that. Most of us, 95%, will go a new way, a new direction, because we will have in front of us much to do. I am looking forward to that myself. I, Sue, Bob, Kent, and everybody is looking forward to that. We are all in the same boat to run with this. I am excited about it. Where we are with the projects. Retreat sites planned all over the country. 85 sites our listeners have decided they wanted to be part of. That is when we had about 1,500 listeners that wanted to be part of this. The idea is not to take donations for this, but fund this privately without government help or intervention. I think I will ask for leaders to be part of what we have in mind. If you don't have a project or calling, you can be a part of the big call projects such as Veterans Retreat, Rebuild America, and then around the world. We want to raise the living standards and lifestyles in housing, water, job creation, and education, all those pillars in these projects equally optional. Good food, clean water, proper strong housing, energy, all have a decent standard of living. We want to be part of this, of what will be happening throughout the earth. I am excited starting here and take it internationally. That is the direction I intend to go, with the hope many of you wish to be part of this also. We can learn from each other and not reinvent the wheel, apply it to this country and internationally. We want to help other countries where we are welcome. We will go in humble and wish to help people to improve their lives. This is what this is all about, humanity. After this goes through, we will probably take couple weeks off, but put information about our calls. Our calls will be more like podcasts where you can listen when you want to. I can't wait to put all our plans together. We will start with the Veteran Retreat Network. I am excited getting started and want to get started before the inauguration. Hope that is the case. My intention is to do a quick recorded celebration call between now and Thursday. Don't know for sure that will happen, but hope it does. If I am traveling, I will try to do my call from a remote location, but I hope I will do a celebration call before Thursday. We may not have a Thursday call because we may have a pre-recorded celebration call before that. I appreciate everybody coming in tonight. Thank you Bob, Sue, Pastor Stephen, and all of you out there on the big call. I appreciate all of you. It is a well-oiled team that comes together that edifies each other. This will come at the proper time. I am looking forward to it as you all are. Stay with that, and look for our redemption drawing near. Thank you for the listenership to the big call for coming in faithfully every Tuesday and Thursday nights. Thank you to the new listeners as well that have plugged in. Make sure you ask for a high enough rate so you can withstand the longevity of your projects well beyond your years, 20, 50, even 100 years. We plan to do that. We plan to be around for a long time. Let's believe in that. Let's move in that direction and take advantage what God will bring.